Okay, now let's advertise it here. Let's see here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Dale, Luna, basta,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Luna,
Hare
vení acá.
Hare,
Luna,
Hare Rama,
Luna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Basta, Luna, basta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Try this one for a while. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
How to say? Oh, Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
There you go. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
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 Now this one. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
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 Which one do you like chanting the best so far of those two?
This one.
Nityananda,
What does
Nityananda. That's the name of Lord Caitanya. Nityananda was the brother of Lord Caitanya 550 years ago. They came together.
Now, I don't mind neither or, but I like better that.
Yeah, well, let's do that one.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
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 Now this one. Goranga, Goranga, Goranga.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Goranga, Goranga, Goranga.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Goranga, Goranga, Goranga.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Nityananga, Nityananga, Nityananga.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananga, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Goranga, Goranga, Goranga.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Nityananga, Nityananga, Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Goranga, Goranga, Goranga.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Goranga, Goranga, Goranga.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Nityananga, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda.
Goranga, Goranga, Goranga.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Goranga, Goranga, Goranga.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Goranga, Goranga, Goranga.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Nityananga, Nanda, Nityananga, Nityananga. Nanda.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda, 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 Gauranga.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga.
Nityananda, 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 Gauranga.
Nityananda, 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 Gauranga.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga.
Basta. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda Goranga.
Nityananda,
Basta,
Nityananda,
basta.
Gauranga.
Listen. Nityananda, Nanda, Nityananda Goranga.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga.
Nityananda, Nanda, Nityananda Goranga.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga.
Nityananda, Nityananda Goranga.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga.
Nityananda, Nityananda Goranga.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. That's right. You have a pen?
Okay, hold on. Sorry.
It's okay.
Minuto. Are we like invoking these people from 500 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And they can come to
Yeah, you can
Yeah, of
do
course.
it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're very ecstatic too.
I know.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Okay.
That's actually Gauranga, just at a different pastime, different age. This was in his mature age, and this is when he was
Baby,
well,
teenager,
teen, yeah, like that.
teens.
Yeah, teens.
Okay. So, can you say this again?
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Caitanya, Shri Krishna Caitanya. No, no me sale.
Chaitanya. Actually, here. Put an H.
Oh, okay.
Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
There you go. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
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 Maybe we'll read a little bit.
Okay, that was different, but it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I'm
it's good.
learning every
Yeah,
day
yeah.
something new.
Yeah. These if you chant these mantras, they give you more ecstasy in the beginning too.
Oh,
Yeah, they help.
we should do it.
We should do that more
Sí,
in the beginning, and then chant the.
See, the yawning was that's because I didn't do it yesterday. You see, they banish me. For not being able to do it yesterday. That was bad.
Yeah.
Bueno, no, I know that. But I yearn so much more.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. How about we read Chaitanya Bhagavat here?
That was so nice. I love them.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
In the window. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A bit orange, you know? Oh,
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
yeah. Just to read.
Mm-hmm. Hare Krishna.
Caitanya. Oh, that's so
Yeah,
nice.
actually, I have it here. Okay, well, anyway, this is Hare Caitanya. Let's do it like this,
Can
actually.
you zoom it?
I got it here. Forgot. Oh, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There you go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, chapter 3.
5.
5 or 5, yeah.
Why could I read
Oh, yeah,
one?
yeah.
Just because the orange
Yeah,
is not easy for
yeah.
me to see.
Okay, let's
You
see
want me
here.
to put the lights on?
Oh, yeah, maybe we should, because it's kind of, yeah. Mm-hmm. What is this? What am I doing here? Oh, yeah, I was going to this
That's
place.
better, no?
I didn't do anything yet.
But with these lights, I think I can.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's actually better for your eyes
Yeah.
with this stuff, the yellow. Okay, so I'll make it bigger
A
too.
little bit. Sí, perfecto.
Okay.
Okay, are we going to say what I will read?
Yeah, this is Chaitanya Bhagavat. I think it's Madhya Lila, chapter 5.
Chapter 5. All glories to the Supreme Personality, Sri
Vishvambara.
Vishvambara, the Lord of the devotees. He is the Supreme Lord of the Lords, and his feet are decorated by the marks of a flag, thunderbolt, and gold.
Yeah. On the bottom of his feet, actually have marks.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, according to the stories.
In this way, the Supreme Lord performed various transcendental pastimes while residing in
By the way, you don't have to say sorry because it's naturally going to be not understand a lot of these words.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to be sorry. I just
Okay,
say you don't
thank
have
you.
to. It's fine. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. You'll be saying sorry every other time.
Okay, so transcendental. Okay, in this way, the Supreme Lord performed various transcendental pastimes while residing in Haganatha.
Jagannatha. Where are you reading?
Jagannatha.
Yeah, Jagannath Mishra.
Mishra's house.
Yeah.
One day.
That was his father.
All right. One day, Sri
Jagannatha,
Jagannatha Mishra called his dear son
Vishvambara,
and told him, "Bring my book." As Nimai ran into the room to get the book, the tingling of ankle bells was heard. Sri
Jagannath Mishra,
inquired, "Where is the sound of the ankle bells coming from?" Both he and his wife
Srimati Sachi Devi.
searched all around.
Yeah. Say that word. Say it again.
Okay.
Srimati
Srimati
Sachi
Sachi
Devi.
Devi. Search all around. My son does not wear ankle bells on his feet. Where does this sweet sound of ankle bells come from? How extraordinary! The father and mother consider the incident but remain speechless with surprise.
So, this is very deep, actually. So let's warrant some talk and discussion. Yeah. So, and plus, you're new to this. This is completely. This is a whole new family, by the way. You know, this is nobody knows about this very secret stuff. Very unusual. So anyway, Jagannath Mishra was Lord Caitanya's father, and Sachi Devi was his mother. So they heard these ankle bells ringing, and he's walking down the road, and they thought, "This is funny. Why do we hear ankle bells? Because he doesn't wear ankle bells." See, but Krishna does in Krishna Lila 5,000 years ago. So this Lila, these pastimes, is a like a covered revival of what happened 5,000 years ago. So in 5,000 years ago, there was Krishna, and so Krishna and Radha 5,000 years ago. And in this incarnation, Krishna and Radha combined in one form and became Lord Caitanya, or Sri Krishna Chaitanya. See, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. See, one form. And so, yeah, and so sometimes the Lord does miracles like that. He was walking down there, and they hear, "Where are these ankle bells coming from?" So, in other words, the kind of the two leelas were merging, into because he's the same Krishna in 5,000 as in that leela. Amazing, really is. And yeah, and so in this leela, the combined form, Radha and Krishna, before they were separated and they were meeting, in this form, he was in Radha and Krishna were in that form, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and he was worshiping like he was worshiping Radha, like she was outside, but it was inside, and it was in ecstasy. And that's basically what we're doing. We're worshiping in that mood of being inside. The Lord and Radha and Krishna are inside us, not outside. The neophytes, well, it's not so, of course, because this is special stuff that you're getting into, because most of the Vaishnavas are worshiping on the outside. See, they go to the temples and they see Krishna outside. They don't know inside yet. This is the advanced teaching. See, they only know, Radha and Krishna is in the deity. They see but don't see. See? So the advanced level of Krishna consciousness is that you begin to perceive that God is actually inside, and you worship like Lord Caitanya did, in ecstasy. Okay? Ecstasy reveals the truth about the deity. So many revelations come from that. And this is the great secret of bhakti. And this is why you have to go to experienced devotees to find this stuff out. Otherwise, nobody knows. And we have all these Vaishnavas in the Vaishnava groups with thousands and thousands of followers. And most all of them are worshiping God on the outside, external worship, they call it. They go and they see the deity. The deity is over there, they're over here. And so this is the beginning stage. The advanced stage is God awakens inside you. This love for Krishna arises. And just by chanting the mantras, you feel this holy communion, very deep. It's a very amazing thing.
Very amazing thing.
Yeah. So you're learning fast a lot
Well,
of things.
because there's things I didn't tell you about when I was a little girl.
Oh,
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Sí, sí, sí.
Okay. Oops. Okay, so right here.
Okay. After bringing the book, the Lord ran off to play. The parents saw another wonder when they entered their house. All over the house, they saw wonderful footprints with different symbols, like the flag, thunderbolt, God, God,
Goad.
goat,
It's like a stick.
sí, 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 and flagpole. Both were thrilled with great delight, and their eyes
Brimmed.
brimmed with tears as they examined the footprints. They offered ob-
Obeisances.
obeisances to the lotus footprints and said, "We will be liberated from repeated birth."
Yeah. So that needs some explanation too.
Oh,
Yeah. See, so not only did they hear the ankle bells, they saw these footprints, but they were actually Vishvambara's footprints. But if you would examine the Lord's feet, you wouldn't see those footprints on there. That's why they were surprised. But still, they were there on the marks because the Lord was showing but not showing. He was because when they see that they're also see Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi, they're pious persons in like these Brahminical births, especially like Jagannath Mishra is a Brahmin, and so they study the scriptures and they know Krishna has all these marks on his feet and everything, and they see the marks and they, oh, we're liberated because we got darshan of Krishna's feet. See, and so that's the thing. And a lot of people, they go to the temples and they look at the deities' feet and they have the marks on them and stuff. I guess they show you that these are the.
I never been to a temple.
Yeah, yeah, not necessarily missing anything.
Sí, I always.
This is better.
It was most
This
of
is
my
better.
life was
Yeah,
mermaid mode.
Here you get darshan of Krishna's lotus feet faster because you can see they go over there, they got the statue and they put the marks, but that's all you see is the statue and the marks.
Mm.
Here you see Krishna's lotus feet, which are his pastimes, and his name, and it begins to awaken devotion in you because you get this by this kind of association here. And now you get real darshan, where it's just like they said, oh, now we're liberated because we got darshan. This is even more. This is you're liberated because ecstatic symptoms of love for Krishna's name, or his pastimes, or his form, is manifesting.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's a wonderful thing, and so many people in our sangha are becoming liberated very fast. They're actually having symptoms of being liberated souls. You can look in the scriptures description in chapter 23, and you can see the symptoms of many of these symptoms are manifesting in the bodies of some of our followers here. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, Sri
Jagannath.
Jagannath Mishra requested his wife, "Please listen, O mother of Vishvambara, Lord Caitanya, elder brother.
Chaitanya's elder brother.
Yeah. Cook a nice sweet rice.
Cook a nice sweet rice.
Preparation with
Ghee.
ghee. In the morning, I shall bath our house deity, Sri
Damodar Shila.
Okay.
Damodar Shila is a rock,
Right.
that is actually you go to a river, and sometimes they say you stick your hand in there and a rock may come in there, and you look at the rock and it has all the symbols of the deities on it. It's pretty amazing, actually. Pretty
Do you
miraculous.
see?
Way up in the yeah, I've seen deities. I've seen these rocks, yeah, in India, and they're way up in the Himalayas. You have to go. It's a very up there in this special river.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, Sri
Damodar
Damodara
Shila
Shila.
with
Okay.
Panchagava.
Okay. The five substances: cow milk, yogurt, ghee, cow urine, and cow dung.
Cow dung.
I believe that that's the sound of Uncle Bells actually came from the feet of the deity as he secretly moved around the house. Amazing.
Yeah, and it was secretly too. Yeah, he was secretly moving. Yeah, he was secretly moving as Lord Caitanya because in this Leela they didn't know that Lord Caitanya, or actually in this his name was actually in this age, Vishwambara or Nimai at this age, and they didn't know he was actually the Supreme Lord or Krishna. It was a hidden thing, but still they were in the Krishna Leela. They were Radha. No, Jagannath Mishra was. I can't even think. I'm a little tired today.
That's okay. It's
Um,
the age as well. I'm
No,
the same.
it's just tired. I'm just
Okay,
tired
okay.
today. Um,
Okay.
yeah, not age.
No, pero it's the age.
No,
Like,
I'm not. No,
no.
it's not the. I'm tired today.
I'm tired. Okay.
Yeah, my memory is fantastic.
Okay,
Actually.
you have
I
good
remember
memory. I
everything.
don't.
When I'm tired, then it's
Sitting is
different.
fainting. You want
Yeah,
to go to
yeah.
it?
No,
No.
not yet. Yeah. So yeah, Jagannath Mishra. So anyway, it was Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda was Sachi Devi in the previous incarnation.
Okay.
So it's a whole big story. Um, this time with Krishna and Lord Chaitanya's Leela coming is very special because they only come once every 4,320,000,000 years. This incarnation of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, and when they do, they bring the most confidential revelation of God,
Amazing.
of truth. The most. This is a very special time. We're very lucky. Yeah. No, just like even now, so many people haven't heard that Krishna as like a family and things, relationships. They don't even know. They think that people worship a faceless God, basically.
Yeah.
They don't know. But so this revelation is bringing forth these very deep truths. Really amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did I read that? Worship the no.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here another wonderful pastime enjoyed by Lord Caitanya, the son of Sri
Jagannath Mishra.
Mishra.
Yeah.
Okay. A very pious Brahman was visiting the different places of pilgrimages to satisfy the Supreme Lord Krishna. He worshipped
Mm-hmm.
Lord Krishna by chanting the Golapa mantra, Gopala
It's okay.
mantra, consisting of 6 syllables, and he did not eat any other than remnants food offered to Lord Gopala.
That's it. Was deity he was carrying.
After visiting many pilgrimage places, the pilgrimage sites of fortune, Brahma at last came to the house of Lord Caitanya.
Mm-hmm.
As a person of incomparable purity, he was enveloped in a great spiritual effulgence. He carried Lord Gopala and
Shalagram Shila.
Shalagrams, Shila, around his neck and his most wonderful decorations.
So, a lot of people see in these stories, it's kind of interesting how they portray these things. They say he has incomparable purity. And it was true, he did. Yet a lot of people that are not elevated in spiritual consciousness, they would think, well, that's because he was described as a Brahmin and he was pious and, he was acting as a very nice Brahmin. But the incomparable beauty was not because he was a Brahmin. It was because he was a devotee, because he was very ecstatic. He would chant the Krishna's name, and he would just kind of, it's not in this particular book, but in other books, he just chant Krishna's name in ecstasy and just meditate on the bliss when he's walking down the road. He wasn't concerned about anything. He was just totally meditating all the time on that name in great ecstasy. That was his beauty is like that, because love of Krishna is really the only purification that really purifies us. Whatever status you're in, whether you're a Brahmin or it would be better to be a Sudra who worships the Lord in intimacy and ecstasy than just being a Brahmin, because the one who gets really purified is the devotee, 100 times more than a Brahmin. And the Lord quoted a verse like this. He said, if one is engaged in just Brahminical activities and perfected them, but is not engaged in pure devotional service, which is this love of loving Krishna in ecstasy and intimacy, then one cannot purify oneself or anybody else. So Lord Caitanya really taught the highest standard of purification that most people don't know. People think you can get purified just by taking a bath, or you get purified by following rules and regulations. It's a very dim shadow of purification. It's really not. It's not. I mean, it's.
Oh, Lalita.
Oh yeah, Lalita. She couldn't sleep tonight, obviously.
Linda Lalita. Haribolo. What is that?
Haribol. It
Haribol.
means chant the holy name.
Okay.
She says, okay, I will. Yeah. So it's kind of like this, and that's what we're bringing to the world is this ecstatic devotion.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this is unheard of. This is unprecedented. Most of even the acharyas. I don't particularly recognize them as acharyas. These god brothers. They didn't believe that this kind of bhakti could be here in this life because it was too high and all that. They think it takes many lifetimes to develop it. But yeah, according to their program, it would. But the way, if the mercy is upon devotees, then it goes very fast.
Amazing.
Just like it did 550 years ago. It's amazing that this is hidden from people, but I understand why, because there's so few ecstatic devotees. I had to go personally and live amongst the devotees in ISKCON for 5 years. And I went to Narayan Maharaj group to live amongst them in Vrindavan for a year and a half. And I went to the Radhakund Babaji 6 months. That was enough. That's all I needed. I really got that nobody was seeing what I was seeing. It's that rare, and we're proving it now because it's not really true. Or you're just you're just in false ego. But it's showing it's really true because God is doing the work by awakening others to this kind of love here that's not seen anywhere else in any of these other sanghas. Those symptoms of prema, I could just read it right in the book to everybody, and I do. Those, chapter 23, everybody can check it in Madhya Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Those who have the symptoms of prema bhakti, sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry, choke up, they laugh, they cry, sometimes, just like you see with Lalita, that kind of those symptoms of prema, and they were manifested in devotees in the Sangha. So there's special mercy here. Mercy you couldn't get from Narayan Maharaj. He wasn't giving this. Prabhupada wasn't giving this. Bhakti Siddhanta wasn't giving this. Bhakti Vinod wasn't giving. I mean, they were experiencing it for themselves, but it wasn't time to be shared. But now's the time. On Prabhupada's order, I had that lucid dream, 1980. Prabhupada said, "Yeah, give it out.
Claro.
Share it now. It has my blessing. Yeah, you have my approval." Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to say from such an acharya like Prabhupada. He was an amazing personality. He did miracles. He did more stuff in 11 years than people can do in many lifetimes. I mean, he was like a really super empowered person.
Amazing.
Yeah, wrote all these books and traveled all over the world, made many disciples, did a lot of stuff. And he was an ecstatic personality, very confidential associate of Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya. It's pretty amazing stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah. See,
should we read a little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit more. She's getting interested in Chaitanya Bhagavat. I can see it already. You like this book?
Well, I do, and there's some things that I will
explain.
Yeah.
You don't understand?
No, I do, and
some things you've had.
It sounds like familiar. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a child,
go ahead.
I was able to see things.
Yeah.
And when I was a child, I didn't understand, but I didn't tell anyone because I was a child. It was the year 1970.
Mm-hmm.
And one time I got woken up, and there was this. It wasn't a child, but it was the size of a child with this bells thingies on. He was like it was a mix of a child with a, how do you call the ones that had the hat like that and had the little bells?
Oh.
Yeah, it was. No. How do you? It doesn't have a name. I couldn't describe it, but it was something similar to this. What I wrote there, and that's felt so familiar because I saw when I was a child. And then I didn't say anything to anyone. Imagine to say something.
Did you have like a vision or something?
Well, I was woken up and I saw. I was in the middle of the night, and then I didn't get scared. But then I covered my head and I just stayed there, static, because I was a child, right?
Right, yeah.
So and I saw this. It was, I don't know.
It's kind of a baby or a child.
It was a child, but it was the size of a child. But the bells, these bells.
Was it waist bells or something?
No.
Ankle bells.
Ankle bells.
Oh wow!
So it was.
South Krishna.
No. It was like I could not describe it to anyone. No, it wasn't a nun. It was the size of a child.
Mm-hmm.
And
what color? What color was the child?
No. It was like, but he had like those hats that have the bell on at the end of the hat.
Yeah.
And then the ankle bells. It was so different. Yeah. I could not put a name to what I saw because it doesn't have a name.
Yeah.
But then I was a child, but I was really before the ego goes into the person. So I was before my age 6 or I was 4 or 5 years old. I didn't get scared, but I covered my whole self and I was like, okay, he needs to go now, whatever this was. But he was smiling and he was waving at me. It was so nice. I know now when we are adults, we can say, oh, how nice.
Yeah.
But then I was a child. I was a little bit like overwhelmed by this scenario. So that's when I read that, it felt somehow familiar. So that's why
sounds like you probably had the darshan of Krishna.
You think?
It could be. It sounds like
I don't know.
What do you think, Lolita?
Lolita, what do you think? We have new messages there.
Yeah. Jester. Oh yeah, the jester thing. It might have been. Krishna, he's a court jester sometimes.
What is this?
Jester. It has those hats with a bell on it.
At the end.
Yeah.
But then the ankle bells as well.
Yeah, it sounds to me like Krishna.
Very different. Yeah, I know. It was.
I've had other people tell me things like that. As a matter of fact, you can read even the Leela. They're I have no idea. Yeah. Anyway, it could be. Yeah. Because a lot of people have had darshan of Krishna in the scriptures, and they didn't recognize.
No, you don't recognize. Like you cannot put a name to what you see. Even now, as an adult, I could not say it was
but
similar
just
to
by the fact you recognized here in the book.
in the book, and that's when I was reading that. It was like it was like a picture coming back to my face, my head, with what I saw when I was a child. And then when I grew older and I understood about the mediumship, then I thought maybe because of my medium, I couldn't put what happened or how or why.
Yeah, I think it was Krishna.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, but
a lot of people would have darshan they didn't know until either after the fact or.
Or when you read something like that and you can associate, it was so similar, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised when I read it. I was like, wow.
It's funny, it was a child.
It was a child.
A lot of people have a baby Krishna vision.
You know, the whole image came back to me when I was reading the thing of the child that had the bells on the ankles. Then the image came back to what I saw when I was a child, and I can remember it like it happened yesterday. Amazing. And no, it's different. I don't know. One cannot describe what it was. Obviously, it's the first time in my life that I'm talking about it.
Wow,
I know. I never said it to anyone. Imagine if I say it to someone. People will think I'm crazy.
We like people like that.
I know. I can say it to you guys, but I cannot. I never ever said it to anyone.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it was something different. Even I don't know. The image came back to me when I was reading that. Amazing, eh?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I think I'm a little bit tired. I can't read.
See.
But we'll read more of that stuff. Yeah.
How about what do you want to do on the weekend? Should we put a day? Now that everyone is present and we have to commit.
We have to commit.
Yeah. We cannot fail.
Okay.
Saturday or Sunday? Because Saturday I was thinking of going to the beach doing some healing. Sunday rather.
Sunday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sunday
at
3-ish?
3-ish.
Yeah.
4 is
4. Sunday 4 our time. Whatever time is for you guys.
Yeah. 4 o'clock.
And we have more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll call it a night here and see you tomorrow morning.